I can just keep that music playing in the background. I actually kind of like it. Alright, open up Discord. Hello, Discord. Everybody alive over there?
Yep, I hear you.
Very good.
I'm good.
Alright. Disclaimer. Live with the Shaman. We are an adult channel. We do use strong language. We do talk about things that are not very politically correct. We usually think it, we feel it, we say it. Keep that in mind. We absolutely welcome anybody that wants to listen to our channel, but please remember we are an adult channel. We're labeled as a not safe for work channel. So we are liable to say something that might piss somebody off, like I give two shits. We are Shaman. Non-Shamans are welcome to join. We love your input. There is also, if you want to be heard on Discord, there is a never-expiring Discord link up in the description area. And before we get started, I have one other thing to say. So what I'm going to do without further ado is I'm going to change the background paper. Check it out. As Shaman, we are, oh well, this is a public service announcement from Live with the Shaman. We're not a monetized channel, so I give two shits. However, people on our planet at this moment are going batshit crazy. At the time of this video, March 15th, 2020, we are watching people around the planet go stupid, buying up fucking toilet paper for the flu. Really? People have lost their mind. Instead of coming together as a people, instead of coming together as a human race and people helping people, people are going batshit crazy, running around like it was a zombie apocalypse. Yes, COVID-19 is nasty. It should be taken seriously, and I can tell you in my household it is. But I will tell you this, it should be taken seriously in your household. But when you people go to the freaking grocery store, you don't have to buy every hand sanitizer on the shelf. You don't have to buy every goddamn roll of toilet paper there is to buy. There's other people on this planet. You're not the only person there is. Be smart. Be prepared. Don't panic. Goddamn panic will drive you crazy. Right. This has been a public service announcement of Live with the Shaman. Whatever fucking channel we're on. The topics of this channel do not always match with the opinions of those who watch it. If you don't like my opinion, please remember opinions are like assholes and most of them do stink. Oops. Wrong button. How about that?
Hey, hey, hey.
I return you back to your regularly scheduled chaos.
Drum.
Drum.
Beat the drum.
Drum. Right. Alright, I got that off my chest.
Yep. Yeah, anyway. I digress. Back on topic.
I digress. What topic? Oh, the importance of astral.
You up for that, or you want to just have a chat session?
Well, let's think about it. The importance of astral. We first have to understand what astral is. there are people that are just coming in and looking at shamanism from a shamanic point of view of astral. I'm not going to cover astral from a universal point of view. Each shaman, just like each practitioner of each religion, has their own opinion and philosophies of what astral is. However, astral is a plane offset of the normal plane, if you will, the real life plane. Hey Debbie, it's the astral is different to everyone. Some of the basics are the same, some of the philosophies and ideas of the operations of astral are the same, and we're not going to discuss how the astral works because we've done that a couple of times. And yes, I just coughed, and no, I don't have COVID-19. I have allergies. Anyway, why is the astral important? What do you guys think over in Discord and the chat area? Why is the astral important?
Well, in astral, you learn things and find things out and able to do things that's not possible on this plane right now.
All right, anybody else?
Astral is something that you work to do. I mean, not work. You have to relax to do it.
It just is. It just happens. I mean, the more you stress over meditation, the more you stress over attempting to achieve astral, the less capabilities you are of actually being able to do it. Debbie says it's the spirit side of life. Yep. It's a plane. It's an existence. It's a place of belonging, like Clint said, where you can go to learn things. Well, you can also go to astral to learn about yourself, what your creatures are, the different things that people see you as in astral, in certain astral planes. There's boatloads of them. I believe personally the amount of astral planes is endless. If you didn't have a spirit, it wouldn't be there. Yeah. Tasha says, I believe it allows your body to rest, your mind to grow, and, for lack of better words, level up. I like that. That's kind of cool. And to coin a phrase from one of our recommended reading books, I need to go back and reread that thing. There's no end to the astral experience. There have been, and just during the period of time that I have been knowingly practicing and learning and understanding shamanism, I have met people that have become so addicted, if you will, to the astral that they don't, or well, they lose grasp or an understanding of reality. They begin to forget what is real and what is astral. Now we'll say that's easy to do. The astral plane is a wonderful place. Whatever landing zone you may use, wherever you may go, the acoustic records, right? The astral college, spirit guides, masters, being able to fly, walk, dig, burrow, whatever your astral creature may be. And of course, I've had people ask me, how do you find your metaphysical creature, your astral creature? Well, we kind of covered that in What is the Astral, which was an earlier video. Go through the archives, check it out. But the importance of it, and this is one of the things that kind of struck me the other night, is what's the importance? I mean, even before I knew I was shaman, dedicated to the shaman way, started learning how to go to the astral rather than just spontaneously being in the astral. Here's the question. If I didn't know the term astral, if I didn't know astral existed, is it any less real? Anybody?
What do you mean?
Well, my daughter the other night was talking about spirits and places that she has seen in her dreamscape. Spirits that have come to her, places that she's been, and she's heard us talk about the astral, but it's never been formally introduced to her, i.e. this is the astral, right? One
Well,
time,
with her young age and stuff, if they're not brought up right, they need to understand the importance of astral because they're starting to. How old is she?
14.
That's about the right age. Because Sabrina started having that projections at 13, I think it was when she started. And she could understand, Mom, I'm going places that I don't remember in real life. And I know it's, I'm dreaming or what's going on. And so the lady of our past grove, our coven, finally explained to her that you're starting your travels in astral. It might be not real, but it's real in your mind. How do I put this? And you travel to other places. Like you could travel, like she did traveled over to Africa. It scared the living daylights out of her.
Well, Tasha says it just means you're not in that part of your path. The astral is a part of one's path they need to work towards. I kind of disagree with that because of my own experiences. The experiences of people that I have talked to that have been going to astral their entire lives. Astral is also known, right? Terms like dreamscape, REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, terms of the place of dreams is the astral, dreamscape is the astral. Now, just human dreams, come on, we all have them, that's not necessarily astral. Astral is when you are obviously definitely no longer on this plane. I'm not talking about out-of-body experience. I'm not talking about daily dreams. I'm talking about astral, where you are no longer on this plane. Your conscious is gone. So, astral is. It is. It exists. It exists whether we know what we're doing or not. Oh, well, actually knowing and understanding. Yeah. Well, I mean that comes with anything. Um, I've been a shaman my entire life and had absolutely no no fucking idea it was called shaman. I have always believed that there should be multiple gods and goddesses, that one masculine, pissed off, jealous hearted god with a condescending, patronizing savior. No, even when I was a kid, that didn't sound right. But I didn't know. And see, herein lies the whole thing behind these videos, what we do, why Open Pagan Church is in existence, why House of Pagans is there, why the Grove of the Celtic Shaman is there, Live with the Shaman, and millions, of other groups, groves, covens, and what have you, to continue through, well, like Tasha says, leveling up. Tasha, you've been playing video games again. Just give me shit. It really does make sense, though. We each have to level up in our training, in our understanding, and what's going on. And training comes from all over the place. I mean, our last topic last week was having fun with shamanism. We are a shaman channel. So, one of the biggest things that I tell students coming up is don't make astral so serious yet. First, learn what it is. What is it? How can I bounce in and bounce out, and bounce in and bounce out? You know, how many times have you been driving down the road and, you know, it's open, straight stretch of road, there's nothing between you and here, and all of a sudden, you're no longer driving the car. You come to consciously, and you're pulling into work, or you're pulling into your location, or you're on a road trip, and on that road trip you may have lost 100 miles. It's like, wait, where have I been? A part of you, a part of your subconscious may well have been in astral. It may have gone to sleep. And that could be spooky to some people.
That's how I got to Kansas.
This ain't Kansas, Toto.
It helped me with the drive.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. You get a focus on the road and what's going on. I know that many times, that I've been to the homelands of Scotland. Debbie and I have taken trips from, we'll head out from Edinburgh and head up to the Highlands, up to Fort William, up to the Ardnamurchan, or Fort William, or somewhere up there, and she'll be doing most of the driving because she doesn't like my driving. A lot of people don't like my driving.
Yeah, but that too.
And she'll lose half the trip. And let me tell you, If you've ever driven on single track roads, and if you don't know what a single track road, it has one lane with little lay-bys, little pullovers, and they do this. Single track roads. You come up on a verge or hill, and you don't know what's on the other side of the son of a bitch. You also get close to it, and just topping the top is a goddamn tour bus, and you got no place to go. She says you only ask to drive when you're angry. Who? Me?
I can see that.
Shut up.
The importance of astral is it just is. Doesn't matter what path you'll have. I've seen people from other paths in my stuff lately that I have no idea who the heck they are.
Right. No. To set it something straight, Debbie says she's never lost it on a single track road. Stop telling tales. I'm not talking about her driving. I'm talking about me in the passenger seat. The first time I rode in Scotland, and we topped the verge, and I like to shit myself because there was a tour bus. Now, understand, in the UK, the passenger sits on the driver's side of the automobile.
Here.
I was looking for the steering wheel, the clutch, the brake, and the accelerator, and the shit was gone. Well, by the time I got my ass to let go of the seat, Debbie had already handled it. We were around it, everything was cool, she was waving, and we were on down the road, and I like to shit myself. She had it absolutely under control. So, yes, because there's a number of times, when, especially if I'm a passenger, I'm not here. I'm somewhere else. So the importance of astral is, in my opinion, okay, the importance of astral is absolute. Kids have astral. Hormonal kids have astral. Yeah. So where I was going earlier is, I explained it to Kaya that astral is. It's accessible from anywhere, at any time, 24/7, 365. I visualize astral as a planet that runs on a different time, just off from where planet Earth runs. It is that realm of existence that is just ever so slightly off tune to the energy of the Earth plane, as they call it, the real plane, because astral to me is just as real as the Earth plane. There are people that have astral families. There are people, spirits, that do things and can do things in astral that they would never be able, allowed, or capable of on this plane, on the Earth plane. So I believe that astral, the importance of astral, is absolute, whether it's called the dreamscape, the land of dreams, uh, whatever. But I think we all agree that dreams, just human dreams, should not be confused with astral. What do you think?
I'd agree on that.
I do too.
Have you ever gotten a dream confused with astral, or astral confused with a dream?
When I first started out, yes, many times.
I still do it sometimes. Um, if a if you don't know what a lucid dream is, Google it, look it up. But a lucid dream can be easily confused with actions in the astral that manifest themselves as your body in the earth plane. Tasha says, "Yep." Until I actually sit and thought about it, what I saw. Yeah, absolutely. But let's talk about lucid dreaming for just a moment. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of lucid dreaming, because that would take us on a way different topic. I might do that for next week. Anyway, astral is an interactive plane where, if you're practicing battle, you're working with your master on certain things on an astral battlefield. I've woken up with sore muscles, sore joints, physical bruises, really feeling like I've had the shit beat out of me. Lucid dreaming is where the human mind has put itself in a fantasy of one form or another. And though your body may react in a lucid dream, you don't actually wake up with bruises, the scent, if you will, of another person. You don't typically wake up with sore muscles, because lucid dreaming can and has been known to be used mostly in fantasies. And in lucid dreaming, though your body might react, if you're having a lucid dream of being with someone else, you don't wake up with that other person's scent on you. Boy, am I trying to keep this relatively clean.
Why?
Well, because I think I'm actually going to do a deep dig into lucid dreaming next week.
That'd be good.
I want to pre-warn people in the opening that it's going to be a very explosive deep dive into lucid dreaming, and a deep dive into astral and lucid dreaming, the adult side, if you will. So,
But this is an adult channel now, so.
Say again?
But yeah, but this is an adult channel now, so.
Well, it is.
But I understand what you're saying, though.
You're right, but I need a topic for next week. And I don't have one. And besides, our topic for this week is the importance of the astral, which, like I say, is absolute. You know, the importance of it, to me anyway, is I never realized until I started learning more about my path and who and what I am. I never really realized just how important the astral really is. You know, if you think about it from a personal standpoint, let's all think about it for just a minute. If you were discussing with a newcomer into pagan philosophy, shamanism, or whatever path you're in watching our channel, how would you explain to someone new how astral is important to you? Anybody?
Okay. Astral to me, importance is, I guess, being able to see what's going on in your subconscious, or be able to go where I need to go astral to learn things about shamanism.
Would you feel you would have learned as much as you did if the astral wasn't there?
No, not at all. Because when I first started learning from you, I didn't know what astral was. Never heard of it before.
Well, let me ask you this from a shamanic standpoint, and anybody can answer this, of course. If it, knowing that shamans live traversely through all of the different planes of energy, right? If it weren't for the astral and the capabilities of the astral, would we be effective as shamans?
No, honestly, with the astral, it's sort of like an escape in a way, because I was doing it before I even realized what I was doing. Um, and it was in a time when I was so stressed out that I didn't know what to do. And I was shown that I needed to go home. Like, I kept getting pulled, being told. And that's what actually eventually made me leave the abusive relationship I was in. So, like, to me, it saved me, you know? It's like an escape, sort of. But it's like you're being shown what path you need to take, or what can happen. And I mean, ultimately, the decision is yours, but you're being shown like what the outcome can be.
Absolute perfect description. Tasha says astral to her is peace. She can get out of her head for a bit, and she says she can get out of her mind, and it's chaos. She says she gets focus, and can do things that we can't do while not in astral. Anybody else?
Pretty much, they've said perfectly what's on target. Astral is the extra place that you can go to relax, learn, do things, and be shown things that need to help you along.
Right. And, you know, Tasha says Astral helps keep her sane. Yeah, I get it. Um, I've used Astral for the same thing, to get out of my head for a bit. Um, there are a number of times that when I lay down at night, my head starts doing what my head does, and starts to be, you know, the daily jibber jabber of bullshit on the human side. There are a number of times that I will throw myself into Astral just to do nothing but sit there. You know, I get to see things like, you know, dragons flying around, Pegasus, you know, all of the metaphysical creatures of the different realms that, you know, come to the different meeting places within the astral. When in the astral, the one thing that I have noticed first and foremost that's so very important to me is diversity is embraced. You're not like me. Cool. Tell me about you, and I will tell you about me, and we will either get along or we won't. And if we don't get along, it's a big place. We can separate ways. Sadly, on the earth plane, for all of its diversities, we still deal with way too many people that are trying to force compliance to be like everybody else. So I think the importance of astral speaks for itself. Tasha says it also allows me to check on my daughter and comfort her as she sleeps. Yeah. There's another way to do that called OBE, out of body experience, not to get mixed up with astral. We've also done videos on astral versus OBE, out of body. We've done out of body experience and full astral videos. You can go back through the archives and watch those if you want. A lot of good information, I think.
Oh yeah, it is.
So I think we all agree, and for those of you that, you know, may be watching our broadcast for the first time, I think we all agree that the absolute importance of astral is absolute. Really. It's a place where you can go to learn, to rest, to travel between planes. Remember to respect the veils. It is a very
And the
important.
web.
Say again.
And the web.
On the web. Yeah, absolutely. The astral is a very important place that, for myself, I absolutely would not be where I am today if it weren't for the astral. I don't believe I would be. So I think I'm going to give it back to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, astral's a very important place. Very important place. It needs to be as that very important place that you can learn about, ask questions about in the astral. Ask questions of people in your community about the astral. You're going to get a million different answers and a million different philosophies, but that's okay. That's alright. Go for it. Thank you very much for watching Live with the Shaman. We'll see you next week. Another topic.